Hey there Wargamers, Justin the Arm Painter here, and I'm really excited about this because this is my first video blog on my own. I'm still working for Death Resigns and doing everything else, but I'm going to be trying to do some content creation on the side for myself. This week I've been working on getting my Patreon up, and I've got 2 Patreon supporters already, which is super awesome. But in addition to that, I've done my first unboxing and product review. The guys over at spraygunner.com sent me an air compressor to work with, which was really exciting, and if that video is not up already, those will be up on the DRD YouTube soon. I can't wait to share that with you guys, and can't wait to talk to you about it over on Discord, Facebook, or on one of my live streams. I really think it's an awesome product, and maybe the video will help you make some good hobby purchase decisions with Black Friday right around the corner. In addition to that, I finished a speed paint model over on Twitch over the last 2 Sunday hobby hangout streams, which was a lot of fun. T.A.P encouraged me to paint a blue dragon, and I finally got that finished, and I've been working on my commission work for wheels. So that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys some of the miniatures I worked on this week. So here's the blue dragon that I was encouraged to paint up on stream from T.A.P from our Garrison community. It is one from the Reaper range, and it is pewter, it's heavy. And the thing that was really exciting about finishing up this particular model is that I did it in about 7.5 hours. I did it across 2 of our Sunday hobby hangout streams, and it was something personal for me to work on that was not commission work, and helped break up the mundane nature of what I've been doing during my weekly streams. So this one was a lot of fun. I used a lot of dry brushing and washing techniques, as well as masking and airbrushing, a little bit of edge highlighting to make the wings pop. I think they're one of the focal points in the model. They turned out really good, really crisp. And all in all, I'm very happy for this given the time invested. Not only that, T.A.P explained to me that in the D&D universe that a blue dragon lives in the desert. And initially, after painting it blue, I thought this model looked super cool with some snow basing and maybe a little bit of grass tufts breaking up through the snow. Maybe it's fresh snow that just landed or snow that's melting. I thought that would be super cool, but he told me that they hang out in the desert. And to make sure that I stayed in line with what might be canonical for, if I said that right, is canonical right? Is it canonical? Did I say that right? Someone in Twitch land, YouTube land, over here on Patreon, let me know. My English ain't so good. But anyways, I wanted to make sure that this fit in with the universe, the lore for Dungeons & Dragons, and I think it turned out super well. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, I do live stream painting over on Twitch, and this is where this guy was completed. And as a reward for my Twitch viewers, at some point they will have the opportunity to try and win this in one of my live streams. He is in my giveaway box, and we'll figure out how we'll trigger that giveaway sometime in the near future. Now, in addition to working on this old bro, I've been slaving away working on some Imperial Fists for wheels, one of my longtime commission supporters, and he is the longest Twitch subscriber I've ever had at, I think, 25 or 26 months now, which is incredible. So I've been working on some Imperial Fists for him, and this may look a little bit green on the screen, but I assure you it is yellow. I've been struggling to get my camera's lighting and so forth right, but I'm definitely digging how this looks so far. And this was another lesson for me in trying to do a little bit of speed painting, cutting some corners, but still getting detail. So there's a lot of dry brushing on it and pushing the contrast on the particular piece. And here's what one of the hatches will look like. Now, it's super shiny right now, you can see, but once it's been matted down and glued in and this Aquila has been painted, it's going to look super good. I'll do some chips and some rust effects, and it's really going to bring this whole thing together. I think it's going to look awesome. In addition to working on his Land Raider, we've got some HQs that I've been dropping some colors down on and some edge highlights. So we got this old bad boy, whatever this guy's name is, from Forge World. We've got Sergeant Joven. And this was a new process for me with laying down the yellows over the browns and using a different kind of wash technique to get this guy where he is. I think it looks super cool. Also a model we picked up at Nova from the GW booth for Wheels and myself. We both got one. Or not, no, this wasn't from Nova. Sorry, this was from the birthday Games Workshop Silas Creek in Winston. That's where we picked this up in North Carolina. We picked up this model at Adepticon in March this past year. And I did a light modification for Wheels' model because it's a Blood Angel. So it's got a Blood Angel sword. In addition to that, for his Imperial Fists, we got a couple of attack bikes. And that'll pretty much conclude it for what we've got for those. It's a very small portion or add-on for his Imperial Fists. So I'm hoping to get those knocked out quickly, as quickly as I can. And you guys, you know I paint slow, but I'm going to try. And in addition to the Imperial Fists that we've been working on, or I say we, that I've been working on, we've got some Blood Angels. So as I showed you guys before, we've got, I don't know if he's going to be a lieutenant or captain, but the Primaris Bro, the limited edition guy from Adepticon. And we've got a unit of the, I'm not even sure what these are called from Forge World, but we're just going to go with Terminators, Blood Angel Terminators from Forge World. I know they have a 30k name. I'm sorry, you 30k nerds! I don't know what they're called, but I know they have a name. Because they have to have a name. And I think they look pretty dope. I really like the detail on them. I don't like that I had to paint all the trim, but they look good. I'm real tired of painting gold. But I do really like them. The assault cannon looks pretty dope. I've had a lot of fun working on them. And this guy with his two-handed glaive thingamajig looks super sick. But in addition to painting these Blood Angels for wheels, I've also been working on, well, these Blood Angels specifically, I've worked on a couple of Dreadnoughts Form 2. And now these are a labor of love for me and something new. This is not something that I usually do a lot of. I really try to focus hard on doing some contrast work on these. So pushing that kind of dark brown into bright red and then those hard highlights. Really trying to do something a little bit new. And I'm really happy with how this has turned out so far. I think he's going to pop from across the table, and he's not going to pop in a crazy ultra airbrush way. It just looks really clean and nice to me. Hopefully you guys will agree. And finally, the kind of granddaddy, ultra awesome model that I worked on for wheels is the Leviathan here. Now, this was also a labor of love. Continue to try and push the contrast on them, and I think it looks really awesome. This is something that I've constantly struggled with, and every time I work on something for wheels, because he is super confident in what I do and super open to me trying out new techniques, I always do try and do something new and try and learn when I can. And in this case, I tried doing the contrast, doing some scratch marks and stuff instead of my traditional weathering to kind of fit with the aesthetic, and then I tried some new techniques on the gold to try and get some interesting contrast and some blending sort of on that without doing non-metallic. And I could not be more excited about how this guy is looking, and I cannot express how excited I am to see Wills get this and get his reaction when he gets it in the mail. I think it's super awesome, and of all the Blood Angel models I've worked on for wheels, at least in this batch, this is my favorite. It's super awesome. In terms of painted model updates, that's about it for now. Like I said previously, I did do my unboxing / product review for the air compressor from spraygunner.com. I've also picked up a couple of these from newtypehq.com. Newtypehq.com! You want to sponsor my videos? Newtypehq.com? You can. Anyways, I picked up some Mr. Hobby, I guess these are oil washes. I had seen a video where a guy used the multi-black, and so I picked up multi-black, ground brown, and stain brown, and I think these will be a lot of fun for doing some washing effects, and these two in particular, trying to do some rust streak effects. I'd like to see how it works. After watching his video and seeing him using some of the thinner to kind of blend this or remove it, I think we'll be able to get some really interesting, organic looking, or natural looking rust streaks, which will be fun. And I'm really curious to see how this works on the surface of a model. I've got a Battletech Atlas I think I'm going to be working on soon. If I haven't already, if you've seen it, you might have saw it over on Twitch. But if you did not catch that stream, if it's already happened, I'll have an update or something like that on the Patreon / YouTube page soon. But anyways, I want to see how that works. Kind of get a feel for how it reacts and pros and cons of it, and then maybe do some type of review video on this product if I find it is super useful, and I really hope that it will be. Finally, once I get this stuff into a finished state and shipped off, I am going to be trying to work on my Star Wars Legion stuff and also my Dark Angels. I'd like to get them kind of updated a little bit and on par with the new releases that have come out. So, and that's how you break something when you're filming! And on that note, because I got to fix the model, I think I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. I'm really sad that I just broke something in my first vlog that I've put up now that I've got my Patreon page, but c'est la vie, that's what happens. As always, folks, I'd like to encourage you guys to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ding the little bell so you get alerts when we go live, or when I put up new content. I say this like I'm live streaming right now. This type of content is brought to you guys by everyone over on Patreon who's helped support what I do. If you're not a Patreon supporter already, I encourage you to check out my Patreon page. There'll be a link down in the description below. I'll get better at saying that. And I really encourage you guys to check that out. Additionally, if you check out deathredesigns.com and use the coupon code GETAMPED10, you'll save 10%, and a portion of that will go to me, which is great because it'll help me continue to produce content for you guys, which I love to do. Anyways, with that being said, keep on painting, folks. I'll catch you in the next video, and you guys have a good one.